Hey there, and welcome to your small group communication course orientation videos. These videos are here to help you be successful. So let's take a look at this question. How is this class organized? What is expected of me as a student? Well, simply put, this class is organized through modules, and modules are units of instruction. And we'll just go to the top of the class here and walk through what the different modules are. So we have Welcome to CMST and 230 Small Group Communication. So this is the Welcome module. I have a whole module on getting started. Here's a little module on the Speech and Language Center, so you can schedule an appointment. Here we have the course orientation videos module. That's what we're working on right now, and it just continues on. We have the introductory discussions, so if you're just getting going in the class, you're definitely going to want to jump into this module. You can see here this due date, June 30th, and it says 10 points. So in the modules, it'll tell you the dates assignments are due, and it'll tell you how much they're worth. You can also tell by the icon what kind of an assignment it is. So right here, you have a little icon that stands for discussion. Okay, so going on down a little bit here, you have Module 1, Introduction to Small Group Communication and Leadership. And you can tell that the information down here is kind of blurred out a little bit. That's because the class hasn't started yet. I'm doing this recording before the class starts. And once you get into the class, you'll more easily be able to see this information. So just continuing down, we have Module 2, Developing Teamwork and Group Climate. Module 3, Tasks and Relationships. Module 4, Creating a Vision. Module 5, Decision Making and Problem Solving. Module 6, Conflict Management. And Module 7, Overcoming Obstacles and Motivating Others. So that's a quick overview of the modules. Now when you're thinking of the question that we were getting going with, how is this class organized? What is expected of me? I think that it should be helpful just to know that you can go and look at what the different units of instruction are. Look at what the different modules are. Well, how about this question here? What is expected of me? All right, well, there's a couple of different places you can look at this. I think obviously you're going to think of assignments. What do I need to turn in? What are the assignments? When are they due? So we'll start by looking at the calendar. So I'm just clicking over here where it says calendar, this little icon. And should be able to get into that momentarily. Okay, what I want you to see is that there is a pattern for when things are due. Now, this is summer 2020. Perhaps when you're watching this video, it might be a quarter off in the future. But for this particular class of summer 2020, the assignments are due on Tuesday and Thursday. If you're watching this video some quarter in the future, take a look at the calendar and see, are they Tuesday and Thursday? Some classes I'm going to have assignments due Monday and Wednesday. I may teach 4 different classes, and I like to have some of them due on Mondays and Wednesdays and some of them due on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Either way though, it gives you a routine, and I think that should help you to be successful. Now, one thing you should know is that I open assignments up pretty early. Okay, so you don't have to wait for the day the assignment is due to click on it and get started. You could start on it a couple of days ahead of time, maybe even 3, 4, or 5 days ahead of time. You can't do the whole quarter in the first week, but you do have easily 3 to 5 days typically to get going on an assignment. So if I was a student, and this is what I'm suggesting to you, plan out to know every Tuesday and every Thursday you're going to have something due. Click on it ahead of time to see how much time it's going to take. How much reading do you need to do? How long are the videos you need to watch? Do you need to do some research? Do you need to organize an actual activity? So these are things where if you're planning ahead of time, it's going to help you to be ready for what you need to do. And I have had students open up an assignment and then not have time to finish it. Okay, you could also take a look at what kind of technology is needed. All of this is basically just saying get in there, click on it as soon as it opens up, 3, 4, 5 days before the due date, see what's required, and just plan your time accordingly. Okay, and that way too, if you have a question, you can email me. So that, we'll click through the calendar a little bit more so you can see all the way through. That's what you have. Now here you can see, oh, hey, there's a blank spot. Well, I've developed a new assignment. It's the small group communication and leadership project / presentation. I didn't put an assignment there yet because typically for presentations and projects, you're going to be working all that week in there. And so you may get smaller assignments kind of building you up to that particular project. So more on that when you get to that part of the class. But I will give you a heads up because I was talking about the importance of seeing what is required. This particular assignment, learning life lessons from leaders. I've had students open up that assignment and be surprised at how much time it takes them to do it. So that's not one that you want to open up 2 or 3 hours before it's due. You really want to get in there a day or two before it's due and get started and have fun with it and save yourself going bonkers with too much stress just by planning accordingly. Okay, so the question is basically, how is the class organized? What is expected of me? You can see from the calendar that, twice a week, Tuesday and Thursday in this case, you have an assignment due. It stays very consistent throughout the course. I will put a qualifier in there that, hey, if I need to throw in some additional assignments that might be on a Monday or a Wednesday, I'm reserving the right to do that. But just as a general pattern, you have the majority of the assignments for you on the first day of class, and when they're due, unless there's some reason that I need to make an adjustment. Okay, well, let's go back a little bit and let's take a look at the syllabus. Okay, let's click on that. Now, what I want to show you is the list of assignments because I think that will help students to have a sense of what's expected of them. But do know there's a whole bunch of information in the syllabus. My name, obviously, the class summer of 2020 is online. Here's an alternate email address. I very much prefer the inbox right here if you need to get in touch with me. Emailing me through the Canvas inbox is the best way to go, but you do have an alternate email there. You have a course description, required textbooks, we have outcomes, we have the grading scale. all kinds of policies, academic honesty policy, online learningness readiness policy, and on we go on down to the course summary with the actual assignments. Now, I do try to stay very consistent. You can see the due dates are all at 11:59 p.m. So you ought to plan accordingly. You don't need to wait till 10 o'clock at night. It amazes me at how many people turn their assignments in at 10 o'clock. If that works for you, fine. But if you have a tech problem, it's going to cause issues. If you have a distraction, an emergency, it's going to cause issues. So you're certainly welcome to get started 2-3 days ahead of time and work on that. I hope this video has been helpful for you. I will certainly walk you through more videos so that you will be successful and know what you're doing in this class.